What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Battlefield 1 video, and I know it's been a while since I have uploaded the Battlefield 1 video. It's been a few months, but today I am bringing you all the best guns for the different classes in Battlefield 1, and since we covered the whole series of the best guns for the best classes and stuff like that, I figured I would do a compilation of all of them and just show you all in one video. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so the first class we're going to be covering is the Assault class, and the gun I have chosen for this one is the Automatico M1918 Trench, as I shown in my first video. Now, you could argue that the Hellray Gold that you unlock at level 10 in Assault is better than this gun, but in my opinion, I like this gun a lot better, and not very many people actually do have level 10 Assault. Now, this gun is basically like a P90 of World War I because it just has such an immense fire rate and close range damage. Now, the only thing holding back this gun is really its ammo capacity because you can only hold 25 rounds at a time, but if you do remove the bayonet, you can actually have better accuracy. A lot of people don't actually know that, but if you remove the bayonet, you get better accuracy, so you have a better chance of hitting your target, so it's not really that big of a deal. And this gun actually does have the best rate of fire in its class at 900 rounds per minute. This gun also has very, very good hip-fire accuracy, and when these two things combined with the fire rate and the accuracy, you can just run into a room and just clear them all out and without really that much trouble. And the only really thing I said like you'll struggle with is its ammo capacity because you can only kill about 1 to 2 people per magazine, which sometimes does limit you, but you won't really notice it too much because you kill them so fast. Also, another flaw of this weapon is that it only holds 150 rounds, which is a lot of rounds. You know, you can kill a lot of people with that, but it does require some constraint on the user's part because you can just fly through that amount of rounds with how fast this fire rate is. So to counter this, I would just recommend you just using 3-round bursts on the gun, or whenever you're up really, really close, just spray them and try to take out as many as you can with as little round as you can, or either just stay with a support class so you can request some ammo to stay on the battlefield longer and not quite run out of that ammo. But I mean, a lot of people are using this weapon, so you might be able to find some dead bodies that have the same kit as you do to pick up some rounds from them. Our next class we're going to be talking about is the Medic class. We're going to be using the auto-loading 8.25 extended. Now, this gun can be outperformed by a few other medic weapons, but as far as this one goes, it has the best medium range accuracy and rate of fire, but there are some other weapons that have better rate of fire for how close range they are, such as the first weapon you unlock. But the first weapon you do unlock as a medic is actually pretty trash because of its low ammo count and its inaccuracy, so it does make it one of the hardest weapons to use as a medic. Now, this gun does hold 16 rounds in its magazine, which makes it one of the best capacity weapons as a medic, and it lets you put a lot of rounds down range because it does kill in about 3 to 4 shots, which lets you kill about 3 people before you have to reload and disengage from your enemy. This weapon does have very good accuracy at medium to close ranges, and you can actually fire it as fast as you can at close ranges to take out enemies that are really close to you and unexpected, and you will maintain some accuracy, but at longer ranges, I would kind of go easy on the trigger because you can lose control of it kind of quickly if you do spam the trigger when you're trying to hit someone from far away. So the only really bad thing about this weapon is its really increased ammo drop-off at longer ranges, but you really should notice that too much because as a medic, you're going to be close to the enemies because you're going to be healing your teammates and reviving them on the line, so you shouldn't really notice it too much. But if you do want a longer range weapon, I would recommend using the medic gun that does have the scope on it that is unlocked later on in your game, but I can't really remember the name of it at this moment. But once you do find your little niche with this gun, using it as it is intended, I think you will do a lot of damage with it and have a lot of fun with it on the battlefield. The next class we are going over is the support, and I have the most experience with this class personally because I just use this more than other ones besides maybe Assault. I use those two a lot, but we're going to be going over the MG15, and the reason I think this gun is the best is because it just is such a laser. Like, as you can see in the gameplay, there's literally no recoil on this gun, and you get to hold 100 rounds in the magazine. Now, I recommend using the low weight version of this gun, but you can also use suppressive if you're intending just to stand in one place. But as a support, I like to be moving around the different locations to hold down different spots, and the low weight helps you do that more. So the low weight does give you the ability to quickly regain accuracy, which is good, but the support lets you just be more stationary and stuff like that. Now, this gun does have a rate of fire of 500 rounds per minute, and that doesn't really seem too fast if you consider the guns from Battlefield 4 where there was like 1,000 rounds per minute. But for Battlefield 4, that's actually pretty fast, and it's one of the best rate of fire LMGs in the game. Also, the support class does have some of the best gadgets in the game, such as the grenade launcher crossbow and the mortar. Now, you do get to hold 200 rounds in this gun, 100 rounds in your actual like drum, and 100 rounds to reload with. Now, you get to hold a lot of rounds, and also if you run out, you can just use your ammo resupply if you do carry that to resupply your teammates and yourself. So you get to put a lot of rounds down range without actually having to reload or having to resupply from yourself. Now, I know a lot of people think that the BAR is also a really good LMG, and it really is a good LMG. Just the only thing I do not like about it is that it has such low amount of ammo in it, and if it wasn't for that, it'd be so much higher up on my list. It'd probably be the best LMG in the game, in my opinion, because it has an insane rate of fire, has pretty good damage and good accuracy if you put on the AA sights. And I've used it before, I just find myself always running out of ammo, and it feels more like an assault gun than an LMG. Now, when you're running support, you want to be supporting your teammates, like suppressing the enemy, and with the BAR, you're not going to be able to do that because every 5 seconds, you're going to have to reload because it only holds 20 rounds in the drum. But if you are just planning on rushing around, not really playing the objective, you're kind of being a dick, but the BAR is going to be better for you because you will be able to take out enemies faster, but you're not going to be able to really support your teammates and cover enemy fire because you just don't have enough rounds to do so. This gun exceeds in pretty much every aspect besides its damage drop-off because it drops off at about 50 meters, but as an LMG, you're not really going to be using that because most of your fights, are going to be kind of close up because most supporters are on the line facing the enemy when you are defending, and you're not really that far away from people when you're using support, so it's not really going to matter too much. But this gun does make up in accuracy because it's literally a laser, like I said before. You have no recoil on it, and whenever you can like mount it on top, like on a ledge, so you have your bipod down, there's no like recoil at all. And the only thing that's like a little bit like intriguing about this thing is because there's a very low damage, but as a LMG, most LMGs don't really have that much damage, but you do kill pretty fast because you have such a high fire rate, and it'd be so much OP if like they had really high damage anyway. So it's still a really good gun, and I definitely recommend it. Our final class we're going to be talking about is the Scout class, and this by far is the most controversial because many people have mixed opinions about all the different classes and what is best as a Scout. And before I really talk about anything, I would just like to personally apologize for the gameplay in the background because at the time I was recording this, my Wi-Fi was just being totally trash, and I could not get a good connection to save my life. So as you are watching it, you're going to be able to see how much actually people are lagging, how hard it is to actually hit shots. So I'm sorry if you cringe, but you're gonna have to deal with it. So the gun that we're going to be talking about is the M1903 Marksman, and the reason I chose this gun is because as a sniper, there's literally no drop off on this gun, and it does exceed at like 75 to 175 yards, and the damage actually does increase, and you can almost get a one-shot kill every time when you are in this range. And personally, I think this gun is the easiest to use because there's pretty much no bullet drop like you have to compensate for, and it does shoot the fastest. So I do think it's a really easy gun to get used to, but you do have to do some leveling up from the start if you want to actually use it. Now, I've seen people talk about the M1903 Experimental, and that is a gun where they turn it actually semi-automatic and make the damage go down a lot, and you have to put a lot of rounds into people. It holds like 40 rounds, but you have to shoot them like 10 times before it actually kills them. And right here, I had a pretty good shot. I did 105 damage. I don't know how that didn't kill him. I don't know if I hit another enemy, but I don't know. I thought that was a weird thing that just happened. But yeah, the M1903 Experimental is a weird gun. I tried using it, and it's just a hit markers galore, dude. Like, you can't get a kill with it without just dedicating 20 rounds to them. But overall, the sniper does have very good range and just a good rate of fire, and I do enjoy it very much. And it's definitely better than the SMLE that you start with that a lot of people do actually like. Those are all the guns I have for the video today, guys, and I didn't go over the ones whenever you get out of a tank or out of an airplane because it's obvious the last one you unlock is going to be the best one because the double-barreled shotgun is insanely OP with insane range, and it's when you unlock like level 10, which is really hard to do in the tank class. It takes so much time to get level 10 as a tank because you don't have to get kills, but you have to support your teammates, which just takes forever, and I feel like I don't have it, so I can't show gameplay for it without just like stealing it or something. But if one of the guns that you thought was the best gun instead of the one I chose, tell me what it is in the comment section. I'll be happy to read them and then try them out myself. And I'd be happy if you guys could try the ones I showed yourself if you think you have a different opinion from the best guns in the game. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.